intervener in the Iowa proceeding for the Cardinal-Hickory Creek project. And I'm here because I'm a landowner in Wisconsin. My land would be impacted, but more than that, a lot of people would be impacted. And not only that, I think that there's issues with the economics and the impacts to the environment. And so there's a lot of reasons to participate in this.
Yeah. And so what are your concerns about the project if you had to name maybe one or two of them? Because I know there's a range of issues.
Right. Well, the biggest one is the economic, and that's because electric rates are going up both in Wisconsin and in Iowa, and the economic analysis, at least by the Wisconsin Public Service Commission and many of the the opinions of experts showed that it was not viable. Obviously, the applicants had their own side of that story. Here in Iowa, the problem is that they are relying fully on MISO, and so they don't have an actual economic analysis that can be looked at where they can look at the assumptions and the variables involved, and that leaves the board either taking MISO's word for it or without the information to make their own decision. And I think that's problematic from the standpoint of the public. The public will want their elected officials to have the information to look at themselves and make their own decision. Environmentally, it's got a lot of problems, and of course landowners bear the biggest burden. But even the communities will end up having impacts to their tourism, to businesses. People just aren't interested in living under a transmission line, looking at a transmission line, dining in front of a transmission line. There's just multiple issues that go into this as for the affected communities and all the way along the line.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
The biggest thing I'd like to add is that I know it's complex and it's not a real exciting topic maybe for the average citizen, but they're going to build more and more of these if people don't start to participate. In other words, do you want your whole world to look like a transmission line? If the answer to that is no, you might want to just participate even in a small way, make a comment, become informed, because in the future at some point, I believe, at some point people will be like, oh my God, this is not working for us, but all those projects still have to be paid for. And so I'm just hoping that we don't have to get to that point where it's a bad thing in an overall society standpoint.